Hi guys, wanted to get together with you again now during spring break and give you an update on our country analysis project and let you know what we're looking at here and what I'd like you to accomplish. So when we're thinking about this analysis project, let's remember that we have a couple things in mind. Principally, we're interested in making sure we understand how to analyze how one country differs or is similar to another in international competition. And so we're going to try and use our ever-present CAGE framework: culture, administrative, geographic, and economic differences or similarities, Game & Watt's work, to help us understand how we're going to look at these countries. And so we're going to ask you to take a look at your target country relative to a presumed automobile manufacturing operation in the United States. So our analysis of distance and closeness is going to be U.S. to your target country and try and analyze how close or how distant they are using Game & Watt's terms. And then we'll try and take those findings and use them in an international management class to think about a strategic choice. And it's a very simple choice. Given a critical similarity or difference, should we or should we not expand to your target country? And again, presumptive cases, we're using a generic automobile manufacturer based in the United States and deciding whether or not it's strategically worth it to expand to your target country. Now, in order to do that, we've taken a look a couple times in class at this overview of the assignment, this mind map. And the critical issues to remember in this is that I'm looking for basically four things. The first is your ability to write a one-page management summary that essentially says this is the task, this is basically what I found, and here's my recommendation. So a quick review for management, supported by your effort to make sure, as our objective is, to not be Bill. So give me a little geographic reference that you understand where your country is, can locate it on a map, know something about some specific details. And that can be the location, regional location, trade blocks it's associated with. But the critical issue is to demonstrate you can recognize this country. So map is critical in information that supports it. But again, one page, it's a summary page. That's the second page of our analysis. Now, the bulk of the analytical work probably falls in the middle part here, where we look at culture, geography, economics, and administration for your target country. And this is Game & Watt's standard approach. We've worked with this a number of times now in class, and I'm going to ask you to look at your country and come up with one or at max two, either similarities or differences for each of those four categories. So it's going to be somewhere between 4 and 8 in total. Recognize this is international management, so we want differences or similarities that matter from a business perspective. But let's try and find one or two key differences for each of those categories. And then we'll turn that into the analytical part of the paper, where we take the research part, the CAGE differences, and try and come up with the strategic implications of those similarities or differences. That is there one critical similarity or difference that suggests we should or should not expand to your target country? So you're funneling down. You're kind of coming down from the broad arrangement of all the similarities and differences into the one or two, and I'd suggest one that really matters. So tell me whether we should or should not expand to that country, and which one of the similarities or differences suggests that and why. So if we look at the analysis then of this project, pretty quickly, we're just going to try and analyze similarities and differences using a CAGE framework, as we've talked about. Give me one or two key differences. Don't make this too broad. Don't do too much work. Just one or two key differences or similarities. And in particular, then analyze them critically. Of those 4 or 8 in total, one or two per category, which one really, really matters? What's the one upon which our investment in another country would turn? Tell me what it is. Suggest whether you should or shouldn't expand to that country, and support it with reasoning. And when you're done with that, let's get it in the Dropbox by midnight Thursday. That would be the 20th after we get back from spring break. And remember, guys, we've got a little bit of a rubric posted so you understand exactly how I'm going to be looking for these. But this should give you some background and remind us, keep us fresh with what the assignment was, since it occurred before you took off for spring break. So I hope you had a good spring break. I'll see you on St. Patrick's Day for our first class back, and we'll look to have this analysis done by Thursday the 20th.